Happy New Year, my friends. I hope everyone had a great holiday. I myself am back from my break, and I'm ready to keep bringing you wrap-ups every week of 2025. I've also committed this year to doing more long-form videos, including more Trench Crusade lore, more Warhammer lore, and of course, more book reviews. So make sure to tap into all of my socials to keep up with when and where I'm posting content. But that's enough self-promo. We have a ton of Warhammer stuff to cover that's come out in just the first week of this year. Las Vegas Open is happening, and there's gonna be a bunch of reveals for that. We have a bunch of pre-orders happening this Saturday. But I'm HoodGuard, and this is your Monday Warhammer wrap-up. Let's get into it.
The Emperor's light is my torch! Death to the enemy! We shall be the end of you! Feel the might of the righteous! For the Emperor!
Just because it's a new year does not mean we're switching up the format. We're gonna hit models first, then some lore, talk about our big piece of news, and then go over our Saturday pre-orders. Starting off like they do apparently every week, Horus Heresy is getting another model. To match the Legionis Astartes Overseer that was released a couple of weeks ago, we're getting the Traitor Legion Overseer console. He has the Traitor stylized armor with all the spiky bits and graffiti. Unlike his loyalist brother who bore a kind of Crozius or mace, the Traitor Legion Overseer has a power whip. And I personally really like the golden skull that hangs from his belt. It's not often that you see the traitors treat their trophies with such reverence. You can find all the rules for this particular console in the Battle for Beta Garmon campaign book. Outside of the Saturday pre-order, that was the last model, so let's take a look at a lore snippet that Games Workshop gave us this week. If you know me, you know that I love tedious lore details. How many rounds in a bolter magazine? Who manufactures this particular piece of armor? All of these are details that I want to know. So in the spirit of a codex that we're going to talk about that's coming out soon, Games Workshop decided to give us a little lore on the weapon that built the Imperium, the Lasgun. You can go over to the Warhammer community article right now and learn a little bit about this weapon, how it was developed, and why it's not just a flashlight that you might think it is. And these are the type of articles that I really like to see on this site, filling in lore gaps that maybe aren't explicitly talked about within the novels. Now, we may not have any more new models, but we do have a couple of model competitions to talk about. We have to talk about, of course, the miniature of the year for 2024. This is a contest where the community comes together to vote on their favorite models that were released in the past year. And to no one's surprise, in first place is the Night Lord's Nemesis Claw. Hands down, one of the coolest looking kill teams. And you can tell time went into each individual mini to make them stand out. For the runners-up, in second place you had Provisionally Prepared. In third place you had the Inner Circle Companions. In fourth place was my personal favorite, Celestian Sacrosanct Aveline. And in fifth place you had Asmodai, Master of Repentance. I honestly think it could have been a toss-up between any one of those five. But this may have solidified for me that I need to pick up a Nemesis Claw kill team. Now the second competition we have to discuss is for all my painters out there. Golden Demon, the largest painting competition in Warhammer, is coming back to Adepticon this year. If you're a serious contender in this competition, you probably know that and have already started on your own project. But for anybody who doesn't know and is interested and will be attending Adepticon, the rules and rubric for this competition have been put out. There are some changes and updates from last year, given a little bit of controversy, and there's an updated categories list. Make sure to read these thoroughly if you're going to enter to make sure everything that you paint is counted. Alright, moving on, let's hit our big news of today. The Las Vegas opening is happening in the next couple of weeks, and of course it's going to have the first big reveal for Warhammer of the year. Games Workshop dropped a trailer for that reveal today and gave us a couple of silhouettes of models that will be coming in this new year. 3 of the silhouettes we believe have something to do with Warhammer 40,000, so let's take a look at them. The first one I think is probably the most obvious. Given the pink background and all of the Emperor's Children hype, I'm speculating that this first silhouette is indeed Lucius the Eternal. And how could you have a refresh of the Emperor's Children without giving us one of their main characters? And for comparison, below is the past Lucius Eternal model with his whip. Moving on, the next silhouette appears to be some type of battle automata, maybe a Thanatar. Now this could hint at a couple of things. Either there's more stuff coming for the Dark Mechanicum in Horus Heresy, or there's going to be some type of Dark Mechanicum element that's coming with the new Chaos Knights for 40k. Or it's a secret third thing and they're just releasing something new for Mechanicum of 40k. Regardless, it does look like a big boy, so I doubt it's for Legions Imperialis. The final silhouette is the one I'm least sure about. It's obviously some type of bug form, but I'm unsure if it's for Tyranids or for Necrons. I'm kind of leaning towards Necrons because Tyranids have gotten a lot already this edition, and this looks more robotic than it does organic. Maybe there's some new Necron models coming alongside the Dawn of Fire Silent King book. You can go watch the trailer for this reveal right now, but the main reveal at Las Vegas Open will happen on Thursday, January 16th at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're going to be revealing stuff for 40k, Age of Sigmar, The Old World, Necromunda, and Black Library. Alright my friends, let's end out today on our Saturday pre-orders. First and foremost coming out this Saturday is the brand new Astra Militarum Krieg box. Now the release of this I'm a little upset about. The box itself seems a little lackluster. You get a bunch of Death Riders along with Lord Marshal Dreer and one unit of combat engineers with their little tank. There's also the artillery diorama piece. It's 18 models in total, but it is a ton of those riders and horses. Given everything they released, I thought it would be a little bit more balanced with some more combat engineers. My other disappointment with this release is the fact that you can only get the Astra Militarum Codex with this box. It's the collector's edition, but they're not releasing the regular edition alongside this. And it seems like a pretty blatant use of FOMO to try and get people to buy this box. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the Krieg models, but I feel like this release could have been done differently. Next, coming up for pre-order this Saturday is the Battlefield Trophies kit. We talked about this in a past video, but this is a new box from Games Workshop that includes helmets, heads, and other battlefield debris that you can use on your bases. It includes specific Heretic Legion heads, Sisters of Battle helmets, and even Vespid Stingwing heads. In all, it's a total of 288 separate pieces. And I think it is long past due that Games Workshop update their basing and bits repertoire. Alright, to end us out here, we have 4 books that are going up for pre-order. There's already been the limited edition of this book release, but Leontis Lord Solar by Rob Young is going out for pre-order for the hardback version this Saturday. Alongside that, we're getting another omnibus called Soldiers of the Imperium. This features the Astra Militarum books Deathworld, Casterkin, and Witchbringer. This omnibus covers 2 of the Astra Militarum's best, the Cadian Elite and the Catachan Jungle Fighters. The story Requiem Infernal by Peter Ferivari is getting an audiobook finally. And last but certainly not least is the Imperial Infantryman's Handbook. This takes 2 very well-known in-universe books, the Imperial Munitor Manual and the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer, and puts them in one volume. Those 2 books are very hard to find, and when you do, they're generally really expensive. And the one thing I'm really happy about is this doesn't seem to be a limited release. All Black Library books sell out eventually though, so make sure you get yours on Saturday. But that's going to about do it for today, my friends. Thank you guys always for watching. Make sure to leave any questions you might have in the comments below. Leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one.